Welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to take a look at question number 18 NECO 2020 physics OBJ. The question says the length of an iron bar is 100 centimeters at 20 degrees Celsius. At what temperature will its length increase by 0.01%? Take alpha, that is linear expansivity of the material, to be equal to 1.2 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5 per degree Celsius. Solution. If you look at this question very well, we are given the initial length and we are also given the initial temperature. We are given the change in length and we are also given the linear expansivity. The question is this: at what temperature will its length, at what temperature, that is the final temperature, that is what we are looking for. Now let's write out the given first. We are given the initial length, which is L1, to be equal to 100 centimeters, and we are also given the initial temperature, that is T1, to be equal to 20 degree Celsius, and we are also given this change in length, that is increase in length. You can call it change in length or increase in length. That is the L to be equal to 0.01%, and we are given the linear expansivity of the material to be equal to 1.2 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5 per degree Celsius. But we are not given the final temperature, and that is what we are looking for. That is what we are asked to find in this question. Now we are going to use this equation to solve this problem. That is, the L, change in length, is equal to L1, that is the original length, multiplied by the linear expansivity, that is alpha, then multiplied by the change in temperature. This is the equation that we are going to use to solve this very problem. But look here. The T, that is change in temperature, is equal to T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1. That is change in temperature. So that if you look at the parameters very well, you can see that we are given the change in length, which is equal to what? 0.01, and this will now be equal to the original length, that is L1, to be equal to 100 multiplied by, we are given the linear expansivity to be equal to 1.2 multiplied by 10 raised to the power of minus 5 multiplied by the T, and the T is equal to what? T2 minus, what is T1? Our T1 in this question is what? 20. It's 20. Now let's repeat this. 0.01 will now be equal to 100 multiplied by 1.2 times, the simplest way to write this is this: 1 all over 10 raised to the power of 5 multiplied by, open bracket, T2 minus 20, close the bracket. Now let's continue. 0.01 will now be equal to 100 multiplied by 1.2 times 1 all over 1. Okay, this means according to law of indices, 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10 in 5 places, and the result is 10 times 10 in 5 places. The result is 100,000. The result is 100,000. 100,000. Then multiply by, open bracket, T2 minus 20, close the bracket. Now 0.01 will now be equal to 100 multiplied by 1.2 times. Now 1 divided by 100,000, what is the result? 1 divided by 100,000. The result is 0.00001 times, open bracket, T2 minus 20, close the bracket. Now when we multiply this out, let's repeat this first. 0.01 equal to, multiply this. Now 100 times 1.2 times 0.00001, the result is going to be, okay, the result is going to be 0.0012 times, open bracket, T2 minus 20, close bracket. Now let's continue from here. Let's continue from this side. Let's clean this and continue from here. Now let's repeat this. 0.01 equals 0.0012, okay, into T2 minus 20, close the bracket. Now if you look at what we're having in this bracket, we have T2 minus 20 there. And what is the coefficient of what we are having in this bracket? This is the coefficient of what we're having in this bracket. So that we are going to divide the right hand side and the left hand side by the coefficient of this bracket, and which is what? 0.0012, 0.0012, so that this 0.0012 cancel this 0.0012. Well, we'll be left with T2 minus 20 to be equal to 0.01 divided by 0.0012, so that T2 minus 20 will now be equal to, divide 0.01 by 0.0012, 0.01 divided by 0.0012, and the result is what? 8 point the result is 8.333, but let's just pick 1 or 2. Let's pick 2, so that, take this to the other side. T2 minus 20, when minus 20 is going to the other side, it will change to plus 20, so that it will now be equal to 8.33 plus 20. And what is 8.33 plus 20? The result is, so that our T2 will now be equal to 28.33 degrees Celsius. So this is our result. If you look at the option, this is 28.3 is very closer to our result, so that T2 will now be equal to 28.3 degrees Celsius. And our right option is option C. The right option is option C. Thanks.